Okay, we live in the crib, vibing with Vito. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment at Vibing with Vito on YouTube and all other platforms. I got somebody sitting right next to me, super special, out here doing big things. One of my homies that were like, "Hey, you wanna interview this young lady?" And I was like, "Sure." Then when I started like looking at what you do, it was just like, hell yeah, she's out here like making her mark in the world, doing like real positive things.
Trying, man.
Yeah, for sure. Introduce yourself to the people.
What's up, everybody? My name is Kamaya Da Plug. I'm just a girl from the west side of Atlanta trying to make a mark. Like he said, I'm just trying to be positive. My biggest thing is I want people to feel so good in my energy that they just leave and be like, "Dang, Kamaya really touched my life."
For sure.
That's my thing.
For sure, for sure. So I was reading your one sheet and one word that like stuck out to me. And it just popped out to me. So I was like, I gotta ask you, resilience. How important is that? Was that word on like your come up in your journey?
I done been through. Could I cuss?
Hell yeah.
I done been through some shit.
Okay.
I done been through some shit, and I feel like being resilient. I would say I'm the resilient queen. I done been through a lot like from losing a baby, from being kicked out of college.
Okay.
Losing my mom. That's what made this. This what birthed my mom passing. Birthed this Kamaya. Like you really getting like a pure Kamaya, because this girl right here, people don't really know this girl. This woman rather.
Right.
Being resilient has gotten me to this point, man. And I just, I never stopped. I never.
Facts.
Everything I've been through, I've always grown through it.
Right.
I feel like you have to grow through what you go through.
Facts.
That's my thing.
That's
you
kind of laid it all out.
Like growing, you got to grow through, because I could have stopped. Anybody who went through what I've been through probably would be under a bridge, probably be under a damn. They'd probably be on drugs. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like you got to everything you go through is for a purpose.
Absolutely.
It ain't no coincidence that you're going through this.
Right.
You know?
I got another question for you, kind of, because you said another word that I was going to ask you about. So are you purpose driven?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. Everything is for a purpose.
Facts.
Everybody you meet is aligned. You already gonna meet. Every day I wake up, I've made it my business to be. I'm gonna give you another word. You ready? Intentional.
Okay.
That word right there, I've been intentional with who I meet every morning. I wake up at 6 o'clock. Mind you, I'm not a morning person. Okay?
Right.
I've never been.
Right.
Even in college, I used to have 8 o'clock classes. I used to be like, "Don't talk to me. Don't."
Right.
But like, I be intentional with my day, and I set the tone. God, thank you. I'm already thanking Him for the day. I don't even know what's gonna happen, but thank you, God, for today, for waking me up.
Right.
Number one,
absolutely.
Somebody didn't get up.
Absolutely.
But just thank you for the people I'm gonna meet today.
Absolutely.
And I don't want nobody to be met that I'm not supposed to meet.
Right. Yeah. Intentional is a real big word. Like to start off the year, right? I was at church, Victory Church, and the pastor was like, "This year is the year of intention."
It is.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, every move that you make has to be intentional.
It has to make sense.
If you're trying to like glow up, as they say.
It has to make it. My thing is make it make sense.
Right.
It has to make.
Right.
Anybody I talk to got to make sense.
Right.
I used to bullshit around with people, just friends, and when I think back on my mom passing, because that, like I said, that was so big for me. I know we'll probably get into that, but
yeah, absolutely.
I just had so many people around me.
Right.
Just was trying to be around, just to, and I love that for them then,
right?
Because they wanted to make sure I was good and stuff.
Right.
But I used to look back like, what the hell was it? Why was I hanging with so and so?
Right, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't make sense.
Right. So growing up in Atlanta, kind of tell the people, like, explain like what part of Atlanta are you from?
I'm from the west side.
Okay. How has that shaped you into the woman that you are today,
I'm
too?
from MLK.
Okay. Right up the street, right?
Right up the street.
Okay.
The other side, not Adamsville.
Okay.
Down by Washington.
Hey, you gotta let them know.
Yeah,
like,
it's different. So,
right.
I'm from like Ashby Street. Right there by Washington Park.
Oh, okay.
But we used to move around. I went to Tri-City High School, graduated 05. I'm a little auntie.
I would have thought you went to Washington if it was like right there.
It was right there, walking distance. All my family, my granddaddy, my grandmama, mama, everybody went to Washington.
Okay.
Washington, to be transparent, it's another word.
Yeah.
Them girls are just a little ghetto. But shout out to my friends that went to Washington. I love y'all, dog.
Facts.
But they just had I remember walking on Ashford Street to go to Tri-City. They had gold teeth. I'm like, oh God.
Damn.
Yeah.
At a young age.
Yeah. Touch my pearls,
right.
But growing up in Atlanta is so different now. We got so many tourists, and I love that. People want to come here for the culture, but
right.
Atlanta is so different. But Growing up in Atlanta, I love Atlanta. You can't tell me about Atlanta. You see, I don't say Atlanta. You don't
Atlanta.
say the other T.
Yeah.
Atlanta. You know, I love Atlanta. When I go places, I don't really see that I'm country.
Right.
I actually hear myself talk.
Yeah.
And I be like, damn, I'm a little country. But I love it. I love being from the South.
Right.
Can't nobody talk about Atlanta.
No. Like, so you a Falcons fan?
I mean,
Die Hard? Okay.
No, not Die Hard.
Okay.
My dad is a referee. He retired now. But he used to be an NFL referee for all my life.
Damn,
I used
dope.
to go to the games and stuff. So
sure.
I ain't really know. I like college football.
Yeah, college football. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. That's pretty cool. So, growing up in Atlanta, like, at what age did you like kind of know like your life purpose, or was it through trying situations that brought you closer to like, okay, this is what I really want to do? Hey, man, thank you guys for watching the content, watching all of the interviews. Make sure you like, subscribe, and also leave a comment, man. Vibing with Vito. Just take 1 second out your day and leave a comment, like, or subscribe. Let's get back to the interview.
I just learned my purpose at 30. I'm 36, so
okay.
35.
Okay.
Literally like a year ago.
Wow.
To be honest.
Wow.
But, I mean, I went to college. My first college was Mississippi State. Shouts out to Starkville, Mississippi. I knew my purpose then. I knew I didn't want to stay in Atlanta. And, you know, my friends had babies, and I'm not throwing no shade, but all my friends had babies in 11th grade, 10th grade, and I just knew I didn't want to be a teen mom.
Right.
I wanted to venture out. I feel like everybody should go to college and go away for school.
Right.
Just to get a sense of responsibility or a sense of, you know, knowing how it is to be away from home. Because my mom was like my crutch, or, you know, my family, you can always fall back, and you out of school. I mean, out of state, it's like I can't really call nobody.
Right,
you know? So,
right.
I mean, you know, 18 probably was my I mean, I felt like I got to go away for school. So
right. I
know I wanted to get away from Atlanta.
Yeah, facts.
I didn't want to go to Clark or nothing like that.
Absolutely. So, again, I was reading your one sheet because I'm just really getting up on, like, what you do. And I'm like, okay, this was my first time ever hearing, like, a grief coach. So, for the people that don't know, like, the duties of, like, your job and how impactful that is to people's lives, like, can you explain that?
So a grief coach is basically, it's different from a grief counselor. A grief counselor is somebody like a therapist, you know, they kumbaya on the couch. A grief coach, I'm really just an ear, man. People are grieving, and people think grief is automatically death. You can grieve relationships. You can grieve a loss of job. You can grieve a loss of a friendship. It's anything that you don't no longer have.
Right.
And, you know, I started grief coaching. My mom passed in 2019. It'll be 5 years this year. I was depressed. I was depressed as hell. I'm talking about suicidal. I was like, I can't do this without my mama. I ain't doing this. And I'm a Taurus, right?
Yeah.
What's your sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a Taurus, so I'm stubborn. I'm going back and forth with God. Like, you're going to be a grief coach. I'm sharing my story on Instagram and just showing my progress and my process of grieving. Like, this is hard. My mom was somebody that, you know, people looked at like an auntie on TV, you know, and so they felt like connected to her, and it was just really, really bad. When my grandma died, that's when I got into the Bible.
Okay.
You know, I grew up in the church and stuff, but my grandma passing was just like, okay, she up there now, let me get my shit together.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Grief coaching was something that God literally, like, you know, when people say like having your faith in God, they don't talk about how hard it is, but they don't talk about how you really, truly are trusting God.
Yeah.
This grief coaching,
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was either.
Absolutely.
But I started, like I said, people started to hit me up like, Kamaya, how you do this without your mama? I just lost my...
Right.
People just hitting me up like, how do I do this? And I said, you know what? I'm going to be the ear. People just want to vent. They want to cry. I identify with the loss. So I'm just an ear, man. I just really want to help people know that at that time when you lose somebody, it's not going to be okay, but it's going to be okay.
Absolutely.
Because if I can sit here and goddamn smile and feel some type of peace and acceptance, you can do it too.
Yeah, I went through a trying time in my life too as well. It was like I lost my best friend at like 17. She was murdered. And then just like back-to-back things like my friends going to prison, me being the only one out here. It was like a group of 10 of us, like, you know what I'm saying? And just losing like damn near all my friends, you know what I'm saying, to like prison. And then I was married at one point in time and then got a divorce abruptly like a year in, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like I went through like this whole depression thing. I used to have locks, cut my hair off and everything because, you know, your energy is in your hair. So one thing that I did, I went to seek therapy because I was going down a downward spiral. And I felt it. I seen it. I lost hella weight. I'm already not that big. And I was like, damn. So like, what you do is when you say you're an ear, do you know, like, how can you like kind of look at somebody and say, okay, I know what they're going through? Is it basically like a reflection of what you gone through? Like, are you seeing you and them in their situation too as well?
Yeah, I'm seeing me and them, but I'm seeing just like, yeah, I'm seeing myself in them. Like, especially when somebody first passes, like somebody mama dies or something. I'm seeing people around them. I'm seeing them drinking. I'm seeing them turning up. Shouts out to Jazz, but Jazz is one of the people that, you know, was there when my mama died. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing, when I see people like first pass, I don't even hit them up then. I'm the grief coach that's gonna slide in when everybody go back to work.
Right.
When the funeral over, and everybody go back to their regular schedule.
Because that's when it hits you, I would say.
You see what I'm saying?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
My mama passed and I was smoking, I was drinking, I was popping pills, I was turned the fuck up. I really be thinking like, I wish I could do my mama's funeral over because I just didn't act the way I probably did. You know what I'm saying? I'm smiling and laughing and, you know, because I'm high.
Yeah.
But like, when everybody go back to their regular schedule program, my mama was my regular schedule program. Right. So that was my everyday person. I talked to her 3-4 times a day. So when people die, I don't hit them up first. I don't hit them up when they first happen because they don't know. People bringing chicken. You know, black people, we love a chicken. I don't know who the hell started the trend of chicken.
With the whole repast, you know,
oh my God. Like people was bringing chicken there. I was like, I don't want to see no more chicken.
Right.
But literally, you know, I'm seeing myself in them and I'm seeing them spiraling. I'm seeing them, you know, just going out and drinking and eating. I ate, you said you lost weight.
Yeah.
I gained weight. I ate my damn feelings. I ate my depression. I was just eating and sleeping and blackout shades and drinking. I was drinking so bad. I would be drunk by 10 a.m.
Wow.
I would literally wake up in the morning and just drink because I didn't want to feel. Right. I didn't want to, you know, my mama gone. I don't want to, I want to be asleep.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So yeah, grief coaching, it's literally like faith-based, God-given. He like, and you know, the money ain't really, it ain't, I ain't making no money right now, but it ain't about that.
It ain't about the money.
Money
you're like fulfilling a service that a lot of people can't do.
Money gonna come. I've realized that once we take our mind off making money, it's gonna come.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm literally helping people. I had a client the other day tell me that she rides around in the car with her son's urn with a seatbelt on it.
Really?
Now, I wanted to tell her, ma'am, if you don't get that goddamn.
Yeah.
But I said, you know, let's remove the urn because you in Atlanta. Okay, that's number one. Somebody be broke into that goddamn car and stole the urn. Now you ain't, you know what I'm saying? But it's just that right there alone was like, people are hurting.
Right.
Like, that was crazy.
So you seem like me, like hearing you and talking to you seem like you're very in tune with like self, right? So like when you were going through your you know, your downward spiral and stuff like that, did you hear like God's voice saying, hey, you got to turn this around? Or what made you just say, all right, look, I got to just change everything? Or, you know, something made bad happen to me? My
grandma passed. I'm telling you, my mom passed and they died 3.5 years after each other. My mama death, I'm telling you, Vito, it was, I didn't feel like I was going to die, but I knew if I would have kept going where I was going, it was going to be bad. I ain't going to say, I wasn't ever on drugs. I was just drinking real bad. I had a stroke, like a little mini stroke or some shit. I'm riding down. Yeah, I'm riding down 20 and I felt like it was an anxiety attack. My grandma was still living, so I called her, like, she like, pull over. Ambulance came and got me. I went to Grady, child, for like 3 days, and the liver specialist came to my room like, do you drink? And of course you like, oh, maybe one time, you know. They're like, no, bitch, you drink.
Damn.
You know,
damn.
let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
No, you drink.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to give you, you know, time to tell me you drink.
Right.
And you are going to, like, you're not, it's gonna be bad.
Damn.
So yeah, it was real bad.
Wow.
I'm talking about I'm drinking three bottles, 2 bottles a day.
Like what kind of liquor though are we talking
tequila.
about? Oh yeah.
I ain't drinking no wine, baby.
Oof.
I'm drinking tequila. I'm to kill you.
Man, if I take a shot, man, my whole body feel burnt. Like I be like, ah.
And
like,
you know what made me really? My niece, you know, shouts out to my niece. She started staying with me, and she would go to school and literally leave at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm drunk probably about 10. So she come home, I'm in the bed. I'm an entrepreneur now. At the time, I was doing lashes. That's what made me be an entrepreneur. Doing the lashes. I was a lash plug. So I ain't making no money. I'm in the bed.
Right.
Sleep all day. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
my grandma passing, it literally, I got baptized. Like my grandma was so church going and, you know, spiritual. Her passing was just like, I got to get my shit together.
Right. Right.
And it's so crazy because the week before my grandma died, she gave me 10 scriptures. And I was like, Grandma, you know, I'm at peace with my mama. And she like, really? And I'm like, yeah. She like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah. And I think she was saying like, because bitch, I'm finna go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But she was like, I'm finna give you these scriptures. And the scriptures, I didn't look at them until she died. The scriptures was 10 scriptures, Vito, about grief and loss.
Damn. Do you know like which one like because again I like when I'm going through certain stuff I know things speak to me like do you know like one of the scriptures that really spoke to you that you were like
Matthew 5:4 is basically saying like God will be close to the brokenhearted. And every time somebody passes, even if I see it on social media, I always put that on like a cap in the comments. That's like it. I don't know it word for word, but it's basically saying like God will be close to the brokenhearted. Right.
I like looking at your page, like your stories in the morning. Because when we started following each other, I know you always put up like links to like meditation and stuff like that. How important was meditation like for you too as well? Like sometimes because you got to sit with yourself in order like to get through certain things, like, you know.
Some people don't like to sit with themselves, and I realize
I used to be that person.
People don't. I love sitting with myself. Man. I love myself so bad. Like I literally started meditating once my mom passed, but I took it serious once my grandma. Like my grandma passed, and I always have to refer to that because it was so different from my mom. And I'm glad it's kind of weird, but I'm glad my mom passed first because I was able to handle my grandma. Me and my mom and my grandma were like, you know, 3 peas in a pod. So when my mama died, I went through everything, depression, anger, goddamn, all the stages of grief. And then my grandma died, it was more so, I was sad, but it was like, okay, I can do this. So meditation, 15 minutes, you just sitting with yourself and really tuning the word out and closing off everything. I really meditate. And
breathe. Like, are you practicing breathing or like?
Just, you know what I'm saying? And it sets the tone of the day. And I try to get my uncle, I try to get my family to do it. Of course, they be, man, what is it 15 minutes up? But I literally tune the world out. For real. And I have to sit with myself because you just got you. Yeah. You know?
I used to hate sitting with myself.
Why?
Because I really didn't, and this may sound crazy, you know, but I tell people this, I didn't really love myself. I didn't know who, like, I didn't really identify with myself. I was trying to be something I wasn't for so long. And then when it's like, when shit just started going like down, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who am I? Yeah. I had to really like learn myself. Like, bro, I don't know who I am. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I've been through that before. I probably went through that. But I've always known who I was. Like, I've always been the girl to, like, pour into people. I've always been that strong friend. I've always been, you know what I'm saying? But what I've been intentional, I've started to pour into me. I used to date guys and try to, you know, validate and find happiness. I had to say, Kamaya, happiness starts with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to pour into yourself. I look in the mirror, come on, you look good, especially with the red hair.
I like your hair.
Thank you. The red hair is giving. And, you know, energy, like you said, is in the hair. And when I got the red hair, I was just like, I feel like pretty. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because last week, I was sick as a dog. I was sick as a dog last week. But, you know, I just started to pour into myself. And now I told my uncle this not too long ago. I said, you know, you pour, and you pouring in people's cup, filling them up. When you get to your cup, you don't have nothing to drink because it's empty. That's what I started to do, being intentional. Right. Okay. I started to pour and goddamn, but then when I see my shit, I put my lid on. Yeah. Because I need something. Now, damn. I'm thirsty.
Right.
I ain't gonna pour into you.
Right.
So that's what I started. You got to pour into yourself.
Absolutely. So again, me learning about you and stuff like that. You are an entrepreneur.
I am.
And it says serial. Serial entrepreneur. So I'm like, damn, you got a whole bunch of businesses.
Kamaya Da Plug.
So go ahead and tell the people what you do.
So my degree is in PR.
Dope.
I did that for a while, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you knew this, probably did, but my uncle is T.I., and that's not the boast and brag, but
I was gonna throw that out there later, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Like, so my uncle is T.I., you know what I'm saying? That's my bestie. I love him so bad. But when doing PR, child, people, I was doing music, okay? And people feel like I'm going to hire Kamaya to be my publicist. And I'm going to get T.I. to be in the studio. And I'm like, bitch, that ain't how they go.
That ain't how it go.
You know what I'm saying? So I got sued by this lady. Child, she sued me, and I just got discouraged. And I said, you know what? Fuck. I'm not doing it no more.
Yeah, facts.
But, you know, I do help people with their marketing, with their business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Restaurants and stuff, just different stuff. So
that's dope.
Entrepreneur-wise, I'm a content creator. You know, I'm a YouTuber.
Dope.
I'm trying to get monetized.
Plug in your YouTube.
Kamaya Da Plug. Everything is Kamaya Da Plug. Literally, Snapchat. Please don't put it on Snapchat. But TikTok, I love TikTok. I'm a TikToker. I love TikTok.
Man, I just started getting on that TikTok for real.
I love talking to people that know TikTok words, you know. Yeah. But I'm a content creator. You know, I'm learning to, and Jazz told me about this, I'm learning to walk into my purpose. I am a content creator, and I do marketing for people. So my money comes from different ways. I think you should have different streams of income.
Absolutely.
You know? But the grief coaching, I'm really focused about that. I used to do lashes, teach lash classes, but this year I said I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
That season was that season.
Right.
And I feel like each season is for a reason.
Right.
Being intentional, being aligned. And grief coaching, I'm really taking it serious because I feel like it's needed.
Yeah, definitely.
It's healing me while I'm healing other people.
Damn. Now that was awesome. So let's talk about the word hustle.
Okay.
T.I. you said is your uncle.
Yeah.
How important is the word hustle? Like, what did he instill in you? Because he exemplifies the word. So do you, the plug, right?
Right.
So how does that, like, you know, kind of connect?
It comes back from my grandfather. My grandfather was definitely one of those people that hustled. I want to say, I can say this now because everybody, they going on to glory. But my granddaddy and his brothers, they were the Harris boys, right? And they ran numbers. And they brought the lottery, I guess, before it was legal, to Atlanta. And it's so crazy because I was in a damn coffee shop the other day. This man was talking about old Atlanta, and he was just saying, like, yeah, I used to run numbers for the Harrises, and it's so crazy because as soon as he said it, my ear went to the conversation. And so he was like, you know, this way before y'all time. But it was some Harris men, and because my granddad's from Fair Street. You know? They from John Hope Homes. My grandma from John Hope Homes. So they all from Fair Street Bottom. And he like, yeah, it was a long time ago. I used to run numbers, da-da-da. So long story short, he's talking about my granddad. So I'm like, Clifford Harris, he like, that's your grandfather. Like,
damn.
Real Atlanta.
Now imagine if he was capping and he was talking and you was sitting right there. Like,
I'm like, he like, Cliff, I'm like, you talking about Clifford Harris and his brothers? He's like, how do you know? I'm like, that's my grandfather. He's like, that's your grandfather? So hustles, I think it's in your DNA. I think it's in you, not on you. Anything that you do, people be lame. It be from their grandparents. If you lame, you lame here. I feel like hustle.
That's gonna go viral, right?
Nah,
that clip.
If you lame, people be doing lame shit, and we expect them to do other cool shit. Man, you lame. Them folks' grandparents was lame.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
For real, like people have hustle from their DNA. My mama she was a hustler. Tip, he definitely, you know, he's all about hustle, all about having your own, you know, people. I know people don't think this about me, but I don't ask my uncle for nothing, you know what I'm saying? He would give me the world, but he wants you to do your own.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I help you out, I back you.
Facts.
But you need to have your own thing going on,
right.
Own motion going on.
Right. Which brings me to my next question. What are some of, I know he doesn't give you anything, but has he ever given you like encouragement, like with the words? Like, what are some of the things he pours into you about, like, you know, chasing your dreams and stuff like that?
Just don't stop. Don't stop. He tells me all the time, like, I'm proud of you. Just
facts.
Keep going, being resilient.
Facts.
Just, you know what I'm saying? Just don't stop. Don't let nobody bring you to a place where you left from. You know what I'm saying? Like, people get mad. I don't get mad. I don't argue, Vito.
Right.
I'm so zen. I'm probably one of the cool, and I'm going to give myself my flowers. I'm probably one of the coolest people, humble people you will ever meet. Transparent. Child, I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm not going. It's going to be black or white. It ain't going to be no gray. You ain't got to ever question what Kamaya did. Listen, Vito, I ain't like the way you made me feel. I ain't and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about this tomorrow.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about this now.
Damn.
I'm not going to sleep mad because when I wake up.
Right, absolutely. What brings you, let me ask you this. If you can say one thing that brings you complete fulfillment and joy, what would it be?
Pulling the greatness out of other people.
Damn.
Yeah.
Expound on that a little bit.
I like when I encounter people who don't really they have confidence, but they don't know they have confidence. They don't know who they are. And I love to pull the greatness. Like, for instance, just a small thing. It's not even pulling the greatness out of somebody today, but I live with my uncle and them now, right? And that was a conscious decision. I actually had to swallow my pride. You know, my niece went to college, and I was just being transparent. My niece went to college, and I was like, child, it's just me. The rent then went up, child. Let me come over there and stay. So I went over there just to work on my credit and, you know, get myself together and just be around family, but it's bigger than me. I had to realize certain things to be bigger than you. It ain't about me moving over there. It's about me. They need my energy. So me, on Sunday, I go to church. I go to Salem. And some days I don't go to church. I watch it online. I make them watch it online. Yeah. Today they went to church today.
Wow.
And that was big because Eris ain't never been to church.
Wow.
And they like, I want to go to church because of you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, I can't go to church. I got to do this podcast. But nonetheless, I'm making an impact on them to want to go to church. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. They want to, we look at devotionals. We reading devotional. I have Eris read devotionals every Sunday, like listen to gospel music. That's something that was never implemented, but sometimes it take a person to bring that out of them. So I'm bringing something out of people that they never really would have known, you know?
I'm glad that you said that because I kind of prepped for this interview, right? And I had like questions that I had on my notes in my phone, but like I'm big on energy too. So when you walked in here, like I'm a hugger. So I gave you a hug. I said, okay, I ain't gonna even read this. Like let's just have a real conversation. So in terms of bringing greatness out, we're bringing, I guess, a good conversation out of this, and it's gonna be a great interview and stuff like that. If you can tell the people 5 of your greatest moments of your journey, what would it be?
Pleasure. I'm a Delta.
Okay.
Don't get it
okay. All right.
A big Delta.
Don't play with her.
Don't ever play. Shout out to Zeta Top Chapter for
sure.
University, Spring 10. I'm about to be 14 years in. That's crazy. Like a big dog.
Y'all got me drinking wine too, by
As
the
you
way.
should. You know what I'm saying? Energy is real. Let me see. Okay, so 5, because you know I go all day.
It's all good.
Graduating college, man. Let me tell you. So graduated college. I got kicked out of college. Child. I had a baby. He passed away.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I don't know. I never. That's weird for me because I never know what to say when people say sorry.
Nah,
be like,
it's like but like that's real. Like you.
But you know what? Because it was such a crazy ass situation. We'll be here all day. My story, my life, y'all.
Do we need a part 2?
We might need a part 2.
Okay, I mean, I'm all for it.
My story is crazy, but long story short, I had a baby, and God knows that was a trying time, but God also knows that I was going to kill a motherfucker, okay? So he knew not to bring that baby in this world because I was going to kill somebody. But no, so graduating college, I literally got kicked out of school, my GPA. Guess what my GPA was?
What was your GPA?
0.75.
Damn.
What was I doing in school?
Did you go to class?
I'm there fucking. Nothing. I'm gonna do nothing. But God is so good. My whole life, if I had to write the words for my life is God favored me, okay? Because I got kicked out of school. Let me watch this now, y'all. Y'all didn't think y'all was going to church today. 0.75. But I graduated with 3.8. Okay?
Wow. Clap it up.
And the thing is, not only did I got kicked out of school with a 0.75, I got accepted into an accredited college with a 0.75. That's unheard of. Unheard of. So I got accepted into a school. So when I went to Flomo, which is in Miami, my niece goes there now. But when I went to Flomo, I was like, okay, Kamaya, you got a second chance at life, bitch. Don't fuck it up. So I literally ended up graduating. So that's another. And my mom was so like on me when I got kicked out of school. And I'm like, why girl, leave me alone. But I found out that she never graduated. She pledged college, she pledged Delta too, but she never graduated because she was following a nigga. And I found that out right home obituary. Because I'm like, when did she graduate? They like, she can graduate. I'm like, I never knew that.
Wow.
That's why she was on me when I got kicked out of school, because it was for, But anyway,
right.
So graduating school.
We got 3 more.
Let's see. Just getting to this place of peace with my mama, man. I never thought I'd ever be. February was always I would be so anxious. Like February, I'd be like, oh, February coming. I've been so happy these last 4 days of February because I've been intentional. It'll be 5 years this year, and God is good, man.
Absolutely.
Somebody asked me the other day, if you could have, what I told you, if you could get your mama back for like a couple of hours with you. I said no. No. Because I've learned to live without her for 5 years. That'll trigger the shit out of me. That'll put me back in, I don't want to see her. She all right? I'm all right? Now we good.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So, no. Stay up there. Okay?
Right.
What else? Let me see.
We got 2 more.
2 more.
And all of them are good. So like these last 2 got to be like
Last 2. Swallowing my pride. I have pride, man.
We all do though.
In
different ways.
Let me tell you how. When I left my apartment, I literally was like, I'm finna get a hotel room because I don't want to go to my uncle's house. I thought he was gonna give me a whole spiel about like. He didn't say none of that. That's how I know it's all in your head. You gotta not overthink and overanalyze nothing. Mm-hmm. I literally thought he was gonna be like, "No, you can't come over here," because he could have said no.
Right.
And I was like, I'm gonna swallow my pride, child.
Right.
So,
right.
Let's see. I don't know.
And your last one.
Last one. Getting my smile back. Does that count?
Hell yeah.
Getting my smile back. Because my smile, I used to smile and kick it and kiki, and it was so fake. I was so depressed. I was so sad. But this is genuine. I'm genuinely happy. I'm stress-free. I'm literally in a good space mentally, physically, emotionally. I ain't got no niggas on my line. I ain't got nobody calling me, stressing me out.
Right.
And I'm just really in a good space, man. I'm just thankful. Because I never thought I would get back to this place of peace.
Wow.
At all.
Wow. Hey, can we clap it up one more time? Like, goddamn. All right. So before we get up out of here, if you could tell anybody that's going through certain things, just one thing, what would it be on how they can like try to, get their smile back?
So I want you to get your Bible, go to Isaiah 60:22. Okay, if you know, you know. Go read that. Women, Psalms 46:5. Look at me, I'm the girl giving you Bible verses.
Nah, go crazy.
I used to be the one to take shots with you, but just know that everything you go through, you're gonna grow through. And I know it's cliche, but at the end of the day, God is good, man. You gotta just lock in with Him, and it's scary, it's hurtful. It's very scary. A lot to really trust God is. People don't talk about how scary it is to really fully give your hand to Him and say, lead me, guide me. It's like, okay, God, it's a little, but anybody going through something, you just got to know that just don't give up on yourself. Like, don't give up on yourself. And to get your smile back, just have faith in yourself.
Absolutely.
For real.
Absolutely.
For real.
Man,
faith, Hebrews 11:1.
Man, it's been a blessing meeting and talking to you.
To you too.
For real. Tell the people where they can find you, although we already done said it the whole interview.
Yes. So Kamaya Da Plug, I love TikTok. Y'all follow me on TikTok.
Brandon like TikTok too. He get me on that TikTok for real.
I love TikTok so much. TikTok, Kamaya Da Plug, KAMAYADAPLUG. Instagram, Kamaya Da Plug. If you want grief services, grief navigating with Kamaya at gmail.com. I don't have a website yet because literally this is
it's on the way.
It's on the way because God said do it now, and I was like, you start overthinking. I want to have a website. God said now, so I said, you know what, God, okay, you got it, dog.
Facts.
So yeah, Kamaya Da Plug.
Let's get it. Thank you for coming to Vibe with Vito.
Of course, man.
Hey, it's been another episode Vibing with Vito. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on YouTube. We gone.